Yashodanandana Sridhanaranjana Sridhanaranjana Yamunatira Vanachana Yamunatira Vanachari Gopi Janavallabha Yashodanandana Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhiraye Nasha Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Now, what we have? Where but mistaken it, read as we come. Amarshayitva tam asahya tejasam Manyuplatam durnirikshayam bhrukritya Karaladam sravi udasta bhaganam Syat swastikim kopayato vidhatuhu Amarshayitva tam asahya tejasam Manyuplutam durnikshayam bhrukritya Karaladam stravi udasta bhaganam Syaswastikim kopayato vidhatuhu Amarshayitva tam asahya tejasam Manyuplutam durnikshayam bhrukritya Karaladam sravi udasta bhaganam Syaswastikim kopayato vidhatuhu Prabhuji over? No. Amarshayatva, after causing to become angry, tam, him Lord Shiva, asahya tejasam, with unbearable effulgence, manyuplatam, filled with anger, durnikshayam, not able to be looked at, brokotya, at the movement of his brows, karaladam stravihi, by his fearful teeth, Udasta Bhaganam, having scattered the luminaries. Syat, there should be. Swasti, good fortune. Kim, how? Upayataha, causing. Lord Shiva to be angry. Vidhatuhu, of Brahma. The gigantic black man bared his fearful teeth. By the movement of his brows, he scattered the luminaries all over the sky and he covered them with a strong piercing effulgence. Because of the misbehavior of Daksha, even Lord Brahma, Daksha's father, could not have been saved from the great exhibition of anger. The gigantic black man bared his fearful teeth. By the movement of his brows, he scattered the luminaries all over the sky, and he covered them with strong, piercing effulgence. Because of the misbehavior of Daksha, even Lord Brahma, Daksha's father, could not have been saved from the great exhibition of anger. Bhava enam udvigna drishyo cha manhi janena dakshasya muhu mahatmanaha utpeturutpatamaha sahasrasho bhayavaha divi bhuma chaparya. Bahu, much. Evam, in this manner. Udvigna drisha, with nervous glances. Uchyamane, while this was being said. Janena, by the persons assembled at the sacrifice. Dakshasya, of Daksha. Uhuhu, again and again. Mahatmanaha, strong-hearted. Mahatmanaha, strong-hearted. Utpetuhu, appeared. Utpatatamaha, very powerful symptoms. Sahasashaha, by the thousands. Bhaya avaha, producing fear. Divi, in the sky. Bhumau, on the earth. Cha, and Paryak, from all sides. And all the people talked among themselves. Daksha saw dangerous omens from all the sides, from the earth and from the sky. And all the people talked among themselves. Daksha saw dangerous omens from all sides, from the earth and from the sky.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Purport by Sri Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. In this verse, Daksha has been described as Mahatma. The word Mahatma has been commented upon by different commentators in various manners. Viraraghava Acharya has indicated that this word Mahatma means steady in heart. This is to say that Daksha was so strong-hearted that even when his beloved daughter was prepared to lay down her life, he was steady and unshaken. But in spite of his being so strong-hearted, he was perturbed when he saw the various disturbances created by the gigantic black demon. Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura remarks in this connection that even if one is called Mahatma, a great soul, unless he exhibits the symptoms of a Mahatma, he should be considered a Duratma, or a degraded soul. In Bhagavad Gita 9.13, the word Mahatma describes the pure devotee of the Lord. Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritim ashritaha. A Mahatma is always under the guidance of the internal energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thus how could such a misbehaved person as Daksha be a Mahatma? A Mahatma is supposed to have all the good qualities of the demigods, and thus Daksha, lacking those qualities, could not be called a Mahatma. He should be instead called Duratma, a degraded soul. The word Mahatma to describe the qualifications of Daksha is used sarcastically. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Om Jnanativirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshai Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Bhava emam udvigna dashocha mani Janena dakshasya buhu mahatmanaha Utpeda utpatana maha sahasasho Bhayavaha divi bhumau cha parya. While all the people talked among themselves, Daksha saw dangerous omens from all sides, from the earth and from the sky. So what is today's topic? Duratma. There is a whole chapter on Bhagavad Gita, divine and demonic nature. And in the beginning, few verses finish up divine nature, and rest of the chapter gives, 16 chapter, the description of demonic nature. So I was thinking which one to speak on, Mahatma or Duratma. But actually, Mahatma is like a story. Duratma is something we can relate to. The various examples we can take from this, various understanding. वो दूर गया है. In Hindi we say, दूर की बात है. दूर means far away. So Duratma means far away from Krishna. And Mahatma means very near to Krishna. This word Mahatma comes in the Bhagavad Gita 2 times. Bahunam janama namante jnanavan prapadyate Vasudevah sarvamiti sa Mahatma sudurlabha. Mahatma means, he says Krishna is everything. So he's not ordinary. Mahatmanastu mam partha devim prakritim ashritaha bhajanti ananya manaso yata bhutadim avyayam. So what does this verse say? It says the Mahatma is situated in the internal energy of the Lord. He is situated in the internal energy of the Lord. Devim prakritim ashitaha. Ashitaha. He has taken shelter of the internal energy of the Lord. Bhajanti ananya manaso. He is constantly chanting the holy name of the Lord. That is a symptom. Or you may say you are a Mahatma, but that is a symptom. In fact, very interestingly happens that Srila Prabhupada writes a letter to Gandhi. Before I proceed on discussion, just any person, many of you like that how we develop the concepts. I'll just give you an idea. Okay, go to Vani Source. This is the online database of Prabhupada books for you. Okay. Oh, where is mine? Here it is. Yeah, and press. I just want to show one Prabhupada letter. Okay? So on the top, you can see search Vanipedia. You say Mahatma, and then you search. Okay, before you continue the discussion of Duratma, very interesting letter I like to show you. Right in the beginning, Srila Prabhupada writes to Gandhi. So in this letter, Srila Prabhupada is addressing Gandhi as Mahatma, and then he says that actually you are a great soul, but the real, and you have been given the name Mahatma, but the real purpose of Mahatma is to constantly chant the holy name of the Lord. Real purpose of Mahatma is to distribute the message of Bhagavad Gita. So can we meet for some time and you can take up this work of Mahatma? Very sweetly he writes. Somehow, sometimes doesn't. Okay. Now Vanipedia is hanging. I can't do anything. Okay. So let us go back. Okay, that was, you can locate the letter in the same way and you can see what Srila Prabhupada is recommending. Intelligently giving all respects and requesting him, because at that time, Srila Prabhupada did not have the platform of a worldwide movement. But he wanted to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. How does it matter I do or somebody else does? He's asking him, you're so famous, your name is Mahatma, why don't you take it up? So beautiful letter. I'm not able to locate today this letter. Okay, did it? Yeah, okay. Yeah. This is 1944, Back to Godhead. Okay, you see this? He's writing. Now, this is not directly to Mahatma Gandhi, but he's commenting on Gandhi Jinnah talks. He's saying Mahatma Gandhi is far above ordinary human being, and we have all respect for him. We should now give up the activities on the plane of sense gratification, enjoyment, and renunciation, and must rise to the transcendent plane of Atma, spirit of the great unity of all human races. We should like to quote stanza from Gita, Mahatmanastu Mam Partha Devim Prakriti Mahashitaha Bhajanti Ananya Manaso Gyata Bhuta Devabhayam. Then he continues, he says the further qualities are mentioned in the next verse. Okay? What is that? Satatam Kirtayanto Mam Yadantascha Dhridavrataha Namashyantu to Mam Bhaktya Nitya Yukta Upasate. So you see, so much is encouraging. He's saying Mahatma has already acquired the quality of God. Devim Prakritim. You have so many wonderful qualities. But Satatam Kirtayanto. Please take up the message of spreading the message of Bhagavad Gita. So do surrender service. Okay. We would therefore request the Mahatma to take out the message of Bhagavad Gita to the world and preach there the message of Shri Krishna and instruct all human beings to surrender to him, so that all our corollaries, social, communal, religious unity will follow without any waste of time. So beautiful. This is in his. So Prabhupada did write, some of you know, the letter to Gandhi directly also. But here in this, what is Srila Prabhupada doing? He is mentioning on a reference to Gandhi Jinnah talk, what actually Gandhi should do. And if he does that, social, political, religious, all things will fall into line. Interesting. Now, so what determines I am a Mahatma or I am a Duratma is that what I have taken shelter of. If somebody had taken shelter of material energy, he is a Duratma. So all we have to do whenever we have a thought or an action, what propelled this thought or an action? Is it the divine energy of the Lord, or is it the material energy of the Lord? Very simple. I did certain activities. Was it governed by the 6 sisters and brothers, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, or it was governed by the internal energy of the Lord, Samvit, Sandhini and Vadini? What was the pushing factor for that activity? So it's not very complicated, it's very simple. If suppose I am doing an activity in bliss of Krishna consciousness, propelled by Samved, Sandhini, Hladini, internal potency of the Lord, or I am doing an activity governed by Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, the Matsarya, that will determine I am a Mahatma or a Duratma. In Bhagavad Gita, various ways, Duratma also has been described in the chapter 16. He has everything, what we can say, do. Do means bad, dubuddhi, do means far away. Everything do in him. So sometimes I may not know that actually whatever I did, what was the governing factor? So then it becomes very easy, order of the Guru. Therefore, we surrender to Guru. Why? Because his consciousness is always governed by internal potency. And now is his consciousness always governed by internal potency? By his own consciousness, and also because he is governed by his Guru, protected by his Guru. He is trying to serve him. Now how does his Guru? Because his own spiritual consciousness, and also always he is carrying out the order of his Guru. So if you are aligned, if every time when you are doing activity, just introspect, what was the cause? Deeply introspect. Not just introspect, deeply introspect what was the propelling cause for this activity. Was it any one of these Kama, Krodha sister brothers, or was it the spiritual potency? So, but then I may get confused sometimes. Maybe it is a spiritual potency which is guiding me. How do I know? So at that moment, just think about, is it the order of Guru or not the order of Guru? Then mind becomes very, very calm and peaceful. Prabhupada used to say, our confusion is finished. Whatever Krishna says is correct, rest everything is nonsense. Okay? Then our confusion is very simple and very finished. So actually Mahatma Duratma is very easy to understand. Always introspect what was the propelling factor. And if we can actually deeply analyze in our heart, we do see still we do activities which are sinful. Actually, having come to the protection of Krishna consciousness now, most of you have got all of you who are attending Bhagavatam, you got the taste of the holy name, you got the taste of Bhagavatam. Actually, to become Duratma is very difficult now, but we do it. Just like we have a joke. Suppose there is an aeroplane going to hell and another aeroplane going to Vaikuntha. Now, if you want to go to Vaikuntha, temples are actually free. No temple is charging you anything. Is there any temple they pay you entrance fees you have to pay? No. But after entering the temple, do you have to pay money for taking darshan or for various facilities? No. Generally, everything is free. Yeah? And at least in South India, the temples will give you some prasadam also, free of course. So you have free, and free. And if you take advantage of the free facilities, which is very easy, you go back to God. It's actually very difficult to become Duratma, because for that you have to go to a dirty place where nothing is free, say a cinema hall. You have to pay for entering, and inside when you're watching cinema, nowadays it is 500,000 rupees, I heard, very expensive. And when you're watching cinema, again you have to pay when you have something to eat or whatever you like to enjoy. You have to keep paying. You go to clubs, you have to pay for entry, and again you have to keep paying for drinking and whatever you do there. So you have to keep paying. So you pay to go to hell, and it is very easy to go to Vaikuntha, it's free. But we choose to pay to go to hell, and we don't want free Vaikuntha. Say on a Sunday evening, okay? Or Sunday afternoon. Sunday people go out. They want to take their family out. If they go to some bar or a pub or some entertainment place, some enjoyment park or whatever they want to take, they have to pay. They have to spend a lot of money. But they come to a temple, it's free. There's no charge. Not only temple, in other religion also, the place of worship is free. So actually, if you see, Krishna has made the path of Godhead as comfortable as possible. But there is a word in professional ethics called deliberate disobedience. Deliberate disobedience means intentionally I do foolish activity. You cannot give any excuse actually. Intentionally, deliberately, you disobey. You say, just like I compared, you're going to the spiritual world, it's like sitting on an aeroplane. And you're sitting on an aeroplane, there is a door. It's written on the door, do not open. Even before it starts, the air hostess will announce, you can open this door in case of emergency, but in case you open this without emergency, you will be punished severely. Okay, she will tell that. It will lead to some charges. You have heard that. You have seen written on that, do not open. But still you open that. That is called deliberate disobedience. Intentionally we break the laws of law, which is very serious. One is okay, accidental, but we can no longer take shelter of that. Okay? So we have been guided by the Shastra, we have been guided by Srila Prabhupada, we have been guided by all the Vedic literatures. What we have been guided? To take shelter of Krishna. Devim Prakriti Mahashitaha. But instead of that, having been given this wonderful path, we deliberately disobey the orders of Krishna, and then we suffer. Correct? Why we are suffering? Because we are deliberately disobeying. So this is the character of Mahatma. Another word Prabhupada uses for Duratma, Mahatma. He says Duratma means small-minded, and Mahatma means broad-minded. Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaradihi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. Udaradi. Udara means wide, very broad. Another word used in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, is Prabhupada explained, Brahmana and Kripanaha. Udaradihi. Brahmana means large-hearted. large-minded. And Kiprana means small, very small. So how do you become large-minded? Be in touch with Krishna, who is Udharadi, very broad-minded. So you want to be, how do you become small-minded? Just like suppose somebody is addicted to smoking, small-minded. His whole consciousness is around that cigarette only. But large-hearted. You want to become, so you want to become small-minded, or you want to be वो छोटा ही छोटा दिमाग है उसके पास छोटा and everything goes around his own mind and large-hearted. There is when Kamsa comes, and you know that the instance Kamsa is regretful for his decision because Durga Devi, his worshipable deity, Prabhupada says, blasted him after appearing. Hey, nonsense! What are you doing? Why you are so cruel to your innocent sister? So at that moment of shock, he thought he can kill that child, that is Durga itself, and Durga blasted him. So at that moment, Kamsa was a little remorseful. And he said that to his brother and sister, please forgive me. With tears in his eyes, what I have done. And Vasudeva and Devaki, in a moment, forgave him. Large hearted. But Kamsa, because only it was momentary, because he's still under shelter of metal energy, he continues to be Duratma. And therefore Prabhupada says, actually they knew they can't trust Kamsa. So Prabhupada says, continues in the explanation. So Prabhupada says the reason is this. There is a reason for that. Because a devotee, sarvai, samasate suraha, yasyas bhakti bhagavati akinchana. Somebody has taken devotion to Krishna, he gets all the qualities of Devata. Yasyas bhakti bhagavati akinchana sarvain gunai tatra samasate sura hara abhakta sikuto mahatguna manorathena satidhavato bahi. But Kamsa, because he has not taken shelter of spiritual energy, is still taken shelter of the external energy. Hara abhakta, he is a non-devotee therefore. Manorathena sati dhavato bahi, he is just be blowing by the wind of the mind. Manoratha. Mind is also compared to a chariot, and it keeps moving, and the person moves below. So it's a big challenge for us. If we see actually honestly, at least I can see, I'm a Duratma. Now from becoming from Duratma, Mahatma is a journey we have taken. Just by dress, we don't become Mahatma. We become Kalichela. But just by, we have the whole life is therefore is an opportunity. Like Srila Prabhupada says so sweetly in the Bhagavatam first canto. He says, there are two kinds of bird. One is Vayasam Tirtha, the crows, always looking for dirt, for dirty places. You see that? Anything pus, some dirty garbage, you'll always see there is always in a city there is a garbage area where all the things are thrown. Just watch there which bird is around that area. You'll find crows, not swans. And go to a clean crystal lake. You'll find not crows there, you'll find swans there. Even in the birds, the distinction is there. So Prabhupada says, this Krishna conscious movement is so beautiful. Those who were previously crows are now swimming like swans. He says so sweetly. Right? That's what Prabhupada did. He converted crows, millions of crows to swans, and he still converted. By his movement, by his books, by his teaching, by his example, by his instructions, by the rules he has given. We are indebted to Srila Prabhupada in converting crows to swans. So what we can take steps in our life? Number one, do not do deliberate disobedience. Intentionally do not do this. You know it is not supposed to be done. Prabhupada said it a million times. Do not disobey Prabhupada deliberately. Do not expect for protection from Srila Prabhupada of Krishna consciousness when deliberately we disobey. There is something called accidental mistake. It happens. We are addicted to our old habits, and sometimes in a difficult situation, we make mistake again. That can be pardoned. It should not happen, but in the Bhagavad Gita there is a shloka. What does the shloka say? An interesting shloka is there in the Bhagavad Gita. What does it say? The shloka says something interesting. What does it say? He says, we can pardon even if the most sinful activity occurs. What is the shloka? Yes, I thank you. Apichetu sudaracharo bhajate mam ananya bhag sadhureva samantavyaha samagvavisa saha. Sometimes it does happen, sudurachara, because of our own old habits. A great sinful activity occurs. Somebody addicted to meat eating and he saw murgi ki tongue somewhere. So, and nobody was there. Or he was with his friends, all were eating, and friends started eating non-veg. He had a bad habit of non-veg before, and he eats something. And then he's very repentful, resentful. He's feeling ashamed. He can continue Krishna consciousness. He will soon overcome. Correct? Sadhureva samantavya. Krishna says, don't make fun of him. The next shloka, Krishna continues, Kshipram bhavati dharma. Very soon he'll become a great soul. Don't worry. So this is okay. You are practicing Krishna consciousness. We do have our old habits wherein we take shelter of material energy and our behavior becomes covered by kama, krodha, lobha, and that some foolishness occurs to the extent even a sinful activity may occur. Sometimes harsh words may come out. Sometimes harsh gesture may come out. Correct? It may be gesture, it may be word, or it may be activity. But governed by material energy, you are immediately a Duratma. When an activity is done in love, in service to Krishna, that is Mahatma. When the activity is done governed by material energy, it is Duratma. So we are in a shelter of, just like in a beach. Now we see water, we see land. Actually, it is very comfortable to stay on the land. It is very difficult to survive on water. But our own foolishness, we are in shelter of Krishna, we jump into the water. It's very difficult. Bhutta bhutta praliyate. This material word means again dying, drowning in the material existence. It's very painful. There was once a devotee. He left the temple. Then he went for a normal course. He was doing a job and was working. And he came back to the temple. So president asked him what happened. He said, definitely life in temple is tough, but life outside is even more tough. Actually, it is so. It's very tough. Life is tough. Life is not be easy. So, sa duratma, anyway, sa mahatma sudurlabha. So it is rare. It's not that being mahatma is difficult. It is because there are very few intelligent people in the material world. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Krishna ye bhaje se bada chatura. Just chant Krishna's name, we can become Mahatma. But people are not intelligent, they are foolish. And they continue to remain Duratma. So one time it may be that accidentally, just like yesterday we were developing a very nice point, enough is enough, tolerance has a limit. So, okay, one time you may do a mistake. But then what is going to happen if repeatedly you do mistake, your addiction will become acute. There is one more serious statement. It says that when you are staying in a dhama or you visit a dhama, you should not do sinful activity because lipyate, it will stick on you. Not easy to come out. It will be very serious offense. We were reading this shloka. Once we had gone, we had put it on the booklet also. The shloka we had identified some. That be careful. There are people who go to Dhama, like Vrindavan, and they cannot give up their sinful activities. Next life, instead of going back to Godhead, they become a monkey. And we can see there are too many monkeys in Vrindavan. And not only Vrindavan, many holy places. What do they signify? The people who come to the holy place but cannot give up their monkey kind of activities. So continue to become a monkey. So sometimes it does happen that accidentally activity should not occur, but mentally or verbally we may take shelter of material energy. We may speak something which is not to be spoken in a way, somebody in a spiritual platform. Correct? We may have gestures because devotee's behavior is very well governed. He's always respectful, kind, merciful. Everything is wonderful, but for a moment there may be a slight aberration and he may behave governed by material energy out of envy. Now, by very gesture we can know he's envious, correct? By his body language. That can he pardon if he is resentful, repentful, and he continues Krishna consciousness. But we cannot plan a sinful activity and expect to be pardoned. That is not possible. Then we have to bear the reaction. Don't think I'm chanting Hare Krishna, so I'll be pardoned for everything. In fact, a devotee does not feel like that. Rather, he says, because then, see what is happening. The person knows the instructions. He has even read the Shastra. He has heard in the class many times. That means, even though, and still he does sinful activity or sinful words or sinful gesture, means unwanted activity, unwanted gesture or unwanted words he gets part of, become responsible for. That means he is not learning by instruction. He is not learning by hearing. Again and again he is hearing in the Shastra something. Again and again he is hearing in the class something. Again and again he is, giving guidance. People are revealing to him. But he doesn't want to follow that. And he still plans and does sinful activity. Now this is not a pardon. In the sense, Krishna understands that pardon means what? That he is not learning by instruction. He has to learn by experience now. And experience can be very painful sometimes. And Krishna is not sentimental. Do not think Krishna is very kind, he is very merciful, so anything I can do. Krishna is not sentimental. If it is a painful experience, so hell will help you. Yes, no problem. Hell is just an experience, no? That can be created even a very terrible experience like hell can be created to somehow bring a person to senses. Actually, for Krishna, so much care Krishna takes to reform each one of us. The whole material world is actually to convert Duratmas to Mahatmas. Prabhupada says very simple. Anybody in the material world generally is a Duratma. And people in the spiritual world are all Mahatma. Very simple, no? Duratma Mahatma. But just like in a jail, by default, everybody is a criminal. What do you say people in the jail? They are rogues, they are thieves, they are drug addicts, they are murderers. They are all kind of people. So we are all varieties of these people. One more shloka in Bhagavad Gita says very clearly, he says, Namam dushkritano mudha prapadyante naradhama. Then, Maya aprita jnana asurupa bhamu ashitaha. So there are different 4 features of Duratma here, and actually we agree to only one, Naradama. Dushkitana, do, similar word, similar meaning. So we say Duratma only the person who is Naradama. But no, Krishna is putting 3 more people there. One, who doesn't have time. So did you read Srila Prabhupada's book today? I didn't get time. You want to become a Duratma or what? It's very dangerous. Because when you read Srila Prabhupada books, you're actually protected. You see how Srila Prabhupada is writing books to protect us from the onslaught of Maya. Correct? So when you read the books or you hear Srila Prabhupada's words, you get protected. The next, so Muda. So you don't have time. You don't have time to chant your rounds. You want to become Duratma or what? We should think of ourselves. Maya aprita jnana. So much proud, I know. So we don't reveal our mind. We don't take guidance from devotees. I know. We don't care what the Shastra says. I know. By my experience, I feel this is not the way. This is the way. And then finally, Asurum Ham, become even envious of the Supreme Lord. When the Lord is worshipped, we can't stand it. We feel suffocated. The devotee feels so joyful when the Lord is worshipped. We still don't have that joy. To some extent, somewhere, all these four things are there within our system. To some extent, we don't have time for spiritual life, we have time for foolish things. We may be gossiping with somebody, we are not even aware, time is going away. This moment is past without service to Krishna. We are not even aware. Prabhupada the Naradama, do we agree that? Naradama, sinful activities, we agree as Duratma. Two more. Too much proud of his knowledge, too much proud of his position. He really can't take the glorification of the Lord with all joy. Ebe Jas Kushu Tribhuvana is really not keen that the glories of my Guru go everywhere. He is really not keen that every person in the world let him know about the glories of Krishna. So these 3-4 things are there. Then we can also study Mahatma Duratma. One place Srila Prabhupada says something very sweet. And what does it say? He says, become very strict with your mind. A path to become Mahatma is very simple. Become very, very strict with your mind. The more we are strict with our mind, you will easily go on a path to become a Mahatma. And if you are loose with your mind, you will become a Duratma. Be very strict. You cannot do this. You will become a Mahatma. And become loose. Okay, what can be done now? You become a Duratma. Very, very simple. In fact, training a children is also that's the best thing. Some things cannot be done, then the child will become a great soul. Therefore, Chanakya Pandit says, Lalayat bahavo dosha, tadayat bahavo guna, tasmat putrasya shishyasya, tadayat natu lalayat. Now, let us understand this. He says, if you keep flattering somebody, he'll get spoiled, he'll become proud. Lalayat bahavo dosha. Because in this world, the funny thing, in particular in Kali Yuga, is whatever respect or position you give to somebody, he thinks he deserves that. Like we had a famous case in Karnataka, somebody became the prime minister for a few days. So he came back. So he lost that post within a few days. Then there was an opportunity for him to become the chief minister of Karnataka. He refused. I am prime minister, not chief minister. So now, accidentally also, we get some post in Kali Yuga particularly, we think I'm qualified for that. So by accident, you say something, oh, you're so wonderful. You think, yes, I deserve that. He remembers that whole life. He said I'm wonderful. He said I'm wonderful. He remembers that whole life. That's foolishness. So now if you're encouraging somebody, you're so wonderful, you're so intelligent, you're so smart, so wonderful, you think, He keeps getting proud more and more. This is for a father or a guru. So if you keep flattering your disciple or a son all the time, he'll get spoiled. And we can understand how it happened. Lalet bahavo dosha. Tadayat bahavo guna. If you keep scolding, he'll develop amazing qualities. What dimag kharab hai kya? Why you're doing such activity? He'll develop great qualities. Tasma shishya saputrasya. Therefore, your disciple or son, keep scolding, but don't encourage. That is Chanakya's analysis. Do that for your mind. Forget about other people. Okay? Keep scolding your mind. Please do not encourage. Your mind is a very funny child. The more you slap him, he'll become happy and a great person. The more you flatter him, it will become spoiled. So always scold your mind and never flatter yourself. Always keep scolding. Watch out, my mind. I'm going to give you 10 slaps. Huh? If you again think about this, you destroyed my yesterday. You destroyed my whole life. Correct? One more day. If you try to come between me and Prabhupada, I'll kill you. I've decided in this life I have dedicated to obey Srila Prabhupada. Please don't come in the way. I'll kill you if you do that. Be wary. I know what you did yesterday. I'm aware of that. Don't think I'm not aware. Just think you're talking to your son who come home drunk in the night. I know what you did. Spoiled the purity of this house. I tolerated it. But I'm well aware what you did. Don't even dare you can do that again. I'll kill you if you do that. You will say that. Just like you will say to a child, say to your mind. And if you keep scolding your mind, presently our mind is enemy. How do you deal with your mind? Enemy. You flatter him. You're very strict with enemy. है ना? Enemy is dangerous. क्या करता है दुश्मन को? कैसे हैं? बहुत अच्छे हैं. थोड़ा मिठाई खाएंगे? नहीं. दुश्मन की तो काली पिटाई होती है ना. दुश्मन मतलब पिटाई करना. So अभी the mind is enemy. We should be taken as an enemy, not as a friend. Enemy should be treated like an enemy. Correct? Friend is treated like a friend. So we have to therefore be very, very, very strict with the mind because it is our enemy. It is looking for an opportunity to kill us from any angle. Just waiting for one laxity, 1 second of laxity and finished. Just like Ajamila. What did he think? Nothing will happen to me. One moment I'll just see what's happening. That's it. Was it a service given by his guru to go and see what is happening in the forest? Then there is a protection. Was there any service given like that? No service was given like that. And he fell. Just he was one moment, it destroyed his life, and practically whole life was destroyed. A Mahatma, he was becoming a Mahatma. He was on the path of becoming a Mahatma. Jamila was following his father, a noble soul. He was on the path of becoming Mahatma. For a mistake of 1 second became a Duratma. Just 1 second. Therefore, mind, we have to be very, very alert. It is said in the Bhagavad Gita, the enemy takes different places first. First, just like suppose you are a king and your enemy attacks you, first what it will do? It will now first occupy the post outside. It will catch the boundary and kill your guards in the boundary. Okay, that's what enemy will do. Next you will enter and your further bodyguards which are there, it will kill. And finally, it will enter and kill your personal bodyguard who is next to you. And then he will kill you. So enemy goes step by step. Correct? पहले गेट पे अटैक करेगा, फिर अंदर अटैक करेगा, फिर आपका पर्सनल बॉडीगार्ड को मारेगा, फिर आपको मारेगा. है ना? दुश्मन ऐसे ही करेगा. Same thing is happening. Therefore, it is said the lust first attacks. Lust means desire to enjoy material world, which is actually an activity of a Duratma. The first attack will be on the senses. You are very peaceful, you are very calm, but you have a drinking habit. You go to somewhere, you see the smell of the liquor. First, the senses will get attracted. Then the mind, I think I can have it. Nobody's there, nobody's watching. Literally a long time, थोड़ा tension कम हो जाएगा. Those who are drunk, previously drunk, will have this kind of analysis. Anything happen, yeah, tension हो गया. baat fail ho gaya, chal daru pita. They just want to forget for something. And then your intelligence is there. Don't do this. You have committed to Srila Prabhupada. No intoxication. Don't do this. Don't break your oath to Srila Prabhupada. Don't break your oath to your Guru. Don't do this in front of Guru, in front of Krishna, in front of fire. Prabhupada said actually once. Somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada, what about this? One disciple said that, he's breaking regulated principles. What should I say to him? Tell him he's not a human being, he's an animal. He's not a gentleman. He has given a promise to Guru, he has given a promise to Krishna, and he's throwing it away. We should think in that way. So the enemy first attacks the senses, then attacks the mind, then the intelligence. And during this time, when you become aware, there is some commotion on the gate. What you should do? Immediately call somebody who can help you. So in spiritual life, who is the person? Guru. Go and reveal. There was once a disciple went to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, mind is very disturbed nowadays. What should I do? So Prabhupada said, very dangerous. It can lead to fall down. Correct? First thing he said. Because Rajaguna can either come to Tamoguna or if purified come to Sattoguna. So we should get alerted the moment now we are on a path to become Mahatma because we are led by a real Mahatma, Srila Prabhupada. We are led by Sri Krishna, real Mahatma, great soul. Correct? Krishna is the greatest of personalities, supreme personality of God. We are led by them. We are reading their example of real Mahatma. We are hearing about the whole Guru Parampara, all real Mahatmas. We hear Bhagavatam to hear about the activities of Mahatmas. So we become great slowly we also become Mahatma. Swayambhu, Narada, Sambhu, these are all Mahatmas. We hear about them. Bhagavatam, these are 12 Mahajanas listed. Bhagavatam is full of activities. Actually, I was searching. Can I just take an example of Duratma? I could not find in all Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita any activity because Bhagavatam is a glorification of Mahatmas. By the way, like Daksha and all, we don't spend time on them, just one line and all over. Because we analyze any of Daksha. All the time focus is on Mahatmas, isn't it? The glorification of the Mahatmas takes great pleasure in that. And modern day newspaper, it only talks bad things because it is meant for bad people. Good people want to hear good of others. Bad people want to hear bad of others. And by meditating on bad of others, you also get the bad quality. When you talk about bad of others, you meditate on that, you also get those qualities. You also become that all the time. So activities of Mahatma, the Bhagavatam books are good. They're meant for good people. They talk about good of good people. And modern newspaper, it is bad activities of bad people. So what is your choice? You want to hear good activities of good people, you want to hear bad activities of bad people. People want to hear bad news because they are also bad. They are attracted to those things. Okay? So now what the mistake Ajamila made when he was a Mahatma, on a path of becoming Mahatma, he became a Duratma. What mistake did Ajamila make? He did not take help from his Guru when he was in danger. He could have just went to his Guru, please, his own father. My dear father, please save me. What has happened? Save me. My mind is rotten now. Mistake happened. Actually, nothing had happened. It's just a scene. The mind was disturbed. He could have run to his father at home. Can you save me, my dear father? I'm in trouble today. He would have been saved. Whole life would have been saved. He just had to take shelter of his Guru. So he did not do that. The thing went from mind and went to intelligence. And then physically he did sinful activity, correct? Maya captured him and dragged him. Dragged him. There was Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada, once one of his sannyasis, disciple, left and went away to his home. And Bhaktivinoda Prabhupada cried. He said, I could not save him. So Guru feels bad. Every time you take shelter of Duratma activities or become a Duratma, Guru and Krishna feel sad. They cry. How unfortunate. What has happened? It's not that their bliss of Krishna consciousness is disturbed, but out of compassion, that like Arjuna, Not that because tears of compassion is there, that tears of compassion is not in modes, it is still spiritual. True? So in a spiritual compassion, they feel sad. Chai, what happened? Krishna feels sad. Radharani feels sad. I was giving him Radhini Shakti. And instead of taking shelter of me, Mahatmanastu Mam Partha Devim Pakitamashita, I was giving him the Radhini Shakti. Bhajanti Ananda Manaso. He was chanting and enjoying Krishna consciousness. But he has taken a step to do. Again, he has taken a step to jump into Maya. Like a worm in the stool. You pull him out, jumps into stool again. That's what we are. Again and again we'll jump into stool. Acharyas pull out. Hey, don't do this. What are you eating? No, again you jump into stool. This is our intelligence. So similarly, that case of Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj he has not taken central or shelter. He gave up, like Ajamila gave up Parodharma and went to Vidharma, which is acute fall down. But we see the Bharat Maharaj from Parodharma went to Upadharma, which is quite near. We can easily come back from Upadharma to Parodharma. A gentleman can easily come back to Krishna consciousness. Sinful man, like a wet wood. Wet wood takes time to burn. So it be not easy to burn. But dry wood is easy to burn. So Bharat Maharaj was just equal to Upadharma. But even in that situation, had he contacted his guru, they would have been saved from taking 3 births after that. Then birth as a deer, then again birth as, an extra 2 births. He could have been saved. That very birth, he would have gone back to Godhead. Yet he had actually reached Bhava stage, Bhagavatam says, by the symptoms he was having. When he came to the forest, sat for meditation, tears of love of God has started appearing in his body. Bhava has already come. Bhava means the emotions of Krishna consciousness. Pure emotion, not what we get. That is shadow. Pure emotions, Krishna consciousness, shaking his consciousness. Krishna Prema was just waiting to manifest. And at that moment, he could have just gone to his guru. What should I do? I have no interest in now doing yajna. When I'm doing yajna, my mind is on the Diya, just like we are chanting. What should I do? I'm chanting, but I'm thinking of sinful activities. I'm chanting, but I'm thinking of so many things. I'm not thinking of Krishna. What should I do, my dear Guru? Please guide me. You would have been saved. 2 more births. So similarly, we are on the path which Srila Prabhupada has given. Okay? We should not do deliberate disobedience. Intentionally break the regular. Don't do. Then don't call ourselves. We don't plan. But even if we don't plan, accidentally we are doing sinful activity, take shelter of elder Vaishnavas who are competent to guide. What should I do, please? What is the point of living with the Vaishnavas? Correct? Or not taking help when it is needed. Suppose when you go to a doctor, do you feel ashamed? Doctor, I'm getting high fever. I can't tell you. Do we feel ashamed? No. We tell doctor, high fever is there. Doctor, I'm getting loose motion also. Do you feel ashamed? No. Doctor writes on, oh really? Any more symptoms? So the spirit soul is always pure. Physical or mental. The disease is the disease. What is so feeling ashamed? When you don't feel ashamed to tell about physical disease, why you feel ashamed to tell about mental disease? Only your pride doesn't allow. Physical disease, that's okay, I get fever. Tell mental disease. Now, nowadays I'm feeling very envious of people. And nowadays, lust is somehow overcoming my consciousness. Please, can guide me. Very interesting point is that even if somebody is on the same platform, if he is not attached to your weakness, he can still guide you. I gave you that example many times. There was one girl who approached me in a college. She was under depression. So she came to me and said that, I spoiled dropped the whole year. My life's been destroyed. I'm not able to study. So she dropped the whole year? But what was the cause? I'm very attached to a boy. I have a boyfriend. And so much my mind is attached to him, I can't study. So just out of because I was a faculty for the college, for all the students. Generally I knew students. I said, which boy you're talking about? They said, that boy. So that buffalo, Actually, it was a black pearl. That buffalo you have given your life to, because I am not attached to that boy. Straight away I said black buffalo for him. He was a buffalo black. She got a shock that somebody, what she has, Maya can, make anything of anything. So she got a shock. Anyway, she wanted to come out of that. That helped her. She kept saying, she told me later that black buffalo was in my mind all the time for that fellow. I just kept away. And then the girl broke the relationship, stupid relationship, made her career, and at least materially she did very well. Now she's well established, married and well settled. She saved her life. Just imagine. Now what was the situation at that time? I am not attached to that buffalo, what she is attached to. My words are powerful. Even if I was on the same spiritual platform, I don't have that weakness that she has. Suppose somebody get attracted to a girl, attached to a girl, he can just say, Prabhuji, can you save me? My mind is going. He's not attracted. Hey, Kali Kaloti Pagal, uske piche pagal. Something he can say. Because he's not attached. He's not seeing the way Maya makes us see that like any. See, that's a proper says a joke. Even in the bestial societies, people are attracted to each other. We see, suppose, isko kaun shaadi karega? But you find somebody get enamored. Because actually, when a boy and a girl comes together, analysis doesn't work. Chemistry is working that time. Just like they say, when you become a drug addict, at that time, analysis doesn't work when you're drinking again. It's a chemical reaction which make you drink. Is agreed? It's a chemical reaction which make you drink and have drugs. Analysis stops working. Then in the beginning, when boy and a girl come together, some analysis is happening. But once they come together, brain stops working. Now the hormones are working. They cannot stop. The person mind become mad. Therefore, they say out of sight, out of mind. Keep them away for some time. The chemistry stops working. Then they start seeing things in a rational way. Correct? So at that moment, it is good to take help. It's good to take help. Yes. And then, it's all over. Suppose I'm addicted to smoking. Just take help of a friend. Yeah, can you see that in my room there is no cigarette? If it is there, I'll smoke. Can you help me? I need help of some time. Therefore, de-addiction camps are there. What are they doing? To help us. Correct? To help. Forcefully, somebody helps to keep us away from the sense object for some time. And automatically, when ghee is not put in the fire reduces. So many ways, when Maya is trapping us, we have taken the path to become a Mahatma. Mahatma means go back to the spiritual world. Without becoming Mahatma, you cannot go back to the spiritual world. Don't think I can be a Duratma. And somehow Prabhupada is very merciful and love, Spiritual Prabhupada, unless you are fire, you cannot enter fire. Unless you are pure, you cannot enter the spiritual world. So we have taken the path of becoming a Mahatma by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Unlimited compassion. He has given us the path. We are not qualified for that. Given us the path, shelter to become a Mahatma. Now watch out, take care, do not become Duratma and spoil your life. Okay, Hare Krishna, thank you. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam Prabhuji.
Krishna Pranam.
Thank you. Nice class.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much.
Hare
Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Hari Bol, Radhe Radhe.
Hare Krishna
Radhe Radhe,
Prabhuji. Dandavat
everybody.
Pranam.
Adios, amigo. Powering on. Power on. You've plugged into Nirvana. Your device is ready to pair. You're now connected to